Question number 1. Solve the system of inequalities by graphing. Alright, so this question wants us to graph the linear inequalities system. Okay, for us to graph, we need to make sure that our equations are in the form y equal mx plus b. Alright, where we know from previous that m represents the slope and b represents that y-intercept. Alright, so whenever you're graphing this, you always graph your y-intercept first, okay? So looking at my first equation, my y-intercept is -2. So that means I intercepted my y-axis at -2, okay? Now you ask yourself, what does this slope mean to me, all right? So my slope is -6/5. That -6 helps us to understand that you're going down, all right? And then that 5 means you're going to the right 5 times because you're using the form rise over run, all right? Which is the change in y over the change in x, okay? So that means I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times from my y-intercept. And then I'm going to go to the right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. All right. Now you ask yourself, what type of line should I have? Well, whenever you don't see a line underneath, whenever you don't see an or equal to, that means it's going to be a dashed or dotted line. All right. So I'm going to draw a dashed or dotted line. So dashed line. Okay. So now I'm going to shade. Okay. So this is saying that y is less than my line. If I'm less than my line, am I above it or below it? I am below it, okay? So I'm going to shade below my line, okay? So now we're going to graph the next line. So again, as usual, the first point you graph first is the y-intercept, okay? It's like your initial or your starting point. So I'm going to graph +5 on my y-axis, okay? Now I'm going to ask myself, what does this slope mean to me, okay? So my slope is 1/5. Because the 1 is positive, that means you're going to go up once. And I'm going to go to the right 5 times, all right? Because again, we're using that same rise over run, okay? So I'm going to go up once and then to the right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, okay? Now I'm going to ask myself, what type of line should I have? Well, I don't see an or equal to, I don't see a line underneath, so I know it's going to be a dashed or dotted line. So I'm going to draw a dashed or dotted line. All right, now I'm going to shade. So this is saying that y is greater than my line. If I'm greater than my line, am I going to be above it or below it? I'm going to be above it. So I'm going to shade above my line. Okay? Now I'm going to look for where my solution will be. Okay? So do you think your solution is here? No. Here? No. At the top? No. Over here to the left? Yes. Because anywhere you see a mixture of colors, anywhere you see your darkest shaded area is where your solution will be. Alright? So a coordinate that would fall within this solution could be, for example, this coordinate, which is -9, +4. All right. So -9, 4 works. Okay. -10, 5 works because -10, +5 would be approximately right here. Okay. And -9, +6 could work. All right. That would be approximately right here. Okay, so again guys, any one of those would work. All right, so you just have to pick one.